What's good, man? This your boy Boss T. Today I want to talk about how deceiving doctors are and how you cannot trust no doctor in this world no more. These doctors are straight up liars, man. Straight up. And my father passed away recently, and that's the purpose of this video is dedicated to him and honor him because I feel like the doctors deceived my father and they cost him his life. And my father was in the hospital for about a month with double pneumonia. He was real sick. He was 76 years old, and he was an older man, but he was still strong. He was a survivor. He beat lung cancer. So if you beat lung cancer, you're a survivor. You're a go-getter. You know what I mean? And after he beat lung cancer, he's been healthy over these years. He's had little things here and there, but he's been pretty healthy. But he was in the hospital for a month, and they released him after a month. He had to go back 2 days later after he was released. So he was in the hospital for a whole month. They released him. He has to go back 2 days later just for them to tell him that he had scarred lung tissue. So for those of you who are not educated, how does a human being get scarred lung tissue? It's from chemotherapy treatment or the medication that they prescribe to him. So the health issue that he had was caused by them. They don't tell people this. They don't educate people about this because they want you to spend $150,000 on your treatment just so you could have some other type of medical issue that ultimately cost him his life. So my father was in the hospital for a month with double pneumonia. They send him back because he has lung issue. Turns out the doctors tell him it's scarred lung tissue. So at this point, he develops an infection in his blood. He has other issues going on to the point where his body went into septic shock. Now, he was literally in the doctor's care for a whole month, and they never did no type of test to figure out that he had scarred lung tissue. Is it the fact that they were just so dumb, which is a very big possibility? Or was it the fact that they just don't care because they're not in the business of saving people's lives? They're in the business of making money off treatments, and they don't care who lives or dies. Straight up. That's how doctors do people, and they especially take advantage of older people and older women who are not real educated about the certain words in the medical field. So they can just easily take advantage of that old person's mind, and they can make you believe whatever you want to believe because they are so deceiving, and you cannot trust a doctor. My father was in the hospital for a month, and they never once tested to see that he had scarred lung tissue, which is caused by them. Now, that right there in itself lets you know that our country does not need chemotherapy. This treatment right here is only a way for doctors to make a lot of money and to be able to fix you the easy way. See, the natural way is plants and natural things on this earth that naturally heal our body, but they hide from us because nobody has ever protested and stood up against doctors because doctors are the real enemy. They're the real enemy. They are not for you, straight up. They are not for you. Doctors do not care if you live or die. They only care if you make money, if they make money off treatments. That's all they care. So my father comes back. He goes into septic shock while he's in the hospital. They have to put him on a ventilator. To the point, after 2 weeks, they have to pull the plug. And you mean to tell me that he was in there for a month, but you never did any type of tests to see that he had scarred lung tissue? Now, actually, I was living in California, and I actually had another friend out there that he didn't eat no food for 2 weeks. This is a completely different issue, but it actually happened a couple months before my father passed. And this other friend that I knew was in the hospital for 2 weeks and didn't eat for 2 weeks. Think about that. You don't eat for 2 weeks. Like, you're lucky to be alive. They didn't even do no type of test for this man either. It turns out that man had stomach cancer and had to go through all type of treatment because I believe these doctors are lying. They're lying. They know certain things are going on with our body, but they want our body to get to certain points to where they can either make some type of treatment or they'll just let you die because they're not in the business of saving people's lives. That's why our medicine is absolutely pathetic. We don't need pills. We don't need chemotherapy. We don't need none of that shit. Straight up. And nobody fucking takes no stand against doctors. Straight up.